You guys, Ariel is gonna kill me. I'm trying to get my stuff in the car and he's in the living room. Don't see me, please don't see me. Welcome back. If you don't know about our story, we renovated our home about 8 years ago and I'm finally getting around to redecorating our home. I'm gonna do a video on the before and after sometime soon, so stay tuned. But I was out and about and hadn't gone to the thrift store as much as I have in the past, made a stop, and I found a lot of good things. Like, it's so hard to leave good things behind. But Valentine's Day is around the corner and I found a lot of romantic French-esque style home decor, which I also adore. I do like the moodiness, but little details of a French romantic home is also very appealing to me. So I picked up some things and I think you guys are gonna love this. Today's Hair Don't Care but Face Does. Let's start with apparel. So I'm easing into buying thrifted clothes. Been lucky enough to find brand new items with a tag. For example, my cute sweater right here, this is an Orvis and it had a tag and I was like, I like it. So today's video is going to be a little bit geared towards the romantic side of things and just the items that I've picked to show you that reminds me of like French style, romance, etc. Let's start with the apparel. This blouse you guys have seen in another video, and the little details on this make it seem romantic in my opinion. White, the blush colors, things like that. So this one I would wear, you know, to a little cute date night. You could wear this with a long skirt, maybe some jeans and flats, but thought that this would be a good example of today's theme. This cutie was, it yelled at me. I was walking by this, I bought this a few months ago and I saw like the frizzies on it. I could not keep walking without checking out this blouse and it was so cute. It was blushy. It reminded me a little bit of, you know, French style girl, and it had a brand new tag. I think it was from Anthropologie. Never had been used. I was the first one. One of my favorites, but I don't use it as much as I want to. So I'm gonna try to bring this out a little more. This was flowery and it had like the cute little ruffle style, which I thought would be romantic. This could be for going out or wearing this to maybe a brunch. This little clutch purse was in the, you know, clothing aisle. This for sure spoke to me. Some aging to it, and I pulled it open and it's a Louis. It has a little crown on it. It's so cute. Don't have a black clutch like this, and why not get something that has a little history to it, a little story. This belonged to somebody. I don't know who it may have been. It looks like it has been used, but I thought it was classy and romantic for a little, you know, dinner. I also once upon a time stumbled upon this mirror, which is one of my favorite little mirrors to carry around because it's not anything new that you can find at any store. A little bit ago, I went to an antique thrift store and it actually belongs to like a powder set. Pretty neat to know now that, you know, it kind of like it's pieced together with something else, but I use it for just like, you know, to touch up during, you know, going out and about. Let's move on to picture frames. Starting off, this is a print that I found. It had just like the powdery, the whites, the blush colors. It was very delicate. It just was something I couldn't leave without. It says the Netherlands. Painting by W. Heinrichs. I don't know if I said that right. I've not done my research on this, but if you know anything, comment below to let me know. And I'm just gonna thrift, eventually find the perfect frame for this. So cute. This one was in my last video. A girl took it, she set it down somewhere else, and I picked it back up and I was like, it's coming home with me. It's looks very vintage because of the back. I think it does come from France. It's a textured piece of art, and that's going in our guest bathroom right now, and it looks really pretty against the paint. I didn't really think it would. So this is another great find. I found this set. It is Bombay. If you know Bombay, it's not cheap. I really like the color of this wood. It's meant to be put on a bookshelf. I am changing out all of my frames. I have said that before, so I picked this up and eventually going to find some pretty photos to put in it. If you notice in French decor, typically you see a lot of like ornate type of frame, and also wood frames, framed art, framed vintage photos, paintings, things like that come to mind when I think of French. This was another frame that I thrifted a while back. Its photo was in another video that I did, and it's a cute vintage photo I found at an antique shop. That's a joke. We're like, whose grandma is this? Because there's a little lady in here. Framed it. I'm trying to find the perfect spot around the home for it. So here's another sleek looking frame that I found. I made the mat for it. It's not the best, but I'm gonna find a photo to put in here. Not the most professional looking thing, but I did take a picture of a coffee one time, and I might frame that and put it near my coffee bar. This is not very Parisian. It's more just like, I found a whole bunch of photos that seem to come from the same person because the frames on the back were all the same. This looks like a sturdy piece of something. Couldn't tell you who it is. Again, if you know about these photos or this style, I grabbed this one because it's a girl in New York, and I love New York, and she's shopping, and there's like 2 kids tired. And typically if you travel with me and you're not a shopper, I am like the happiest person, and I got my like shopping bags, and everyone else is like tired and exhausted because they're not shoppers like I am. And I'm a big browser too, so I'll go hours with just looking around, and sometimes I don't buy anything, which is also pretty exhausting. But this was so cool. This last frame is very dear to me. This is actually a print of my grandfather, and he's standing in front of an Air Force plane with a few other people. I'm not sure who they are or who they were, but I found this frame at a thrift store, and this wood brown just like really is something I'm drawn to. And I just put them both together, and I thought, how pretty is this to display? And like, my grandpa was very special to me. He used to take care of me during the summers, and we used to have a good time. He was very like meticulous, and I'm very like, meh. And he always like made me redo things over and over until they were done correctly. Yeah. So frame special photos around the home with like unique frames that you find shopping around. This is a piece that I have seen at the store multiple times, and it still is there. Nobody has taken it, and this time it happened to be on sale. But it's a candle holder. It's meant for you to hang up, and I really like the look of this. I'm gonna put this maybe on our staircase going up, or somewhere in the living room where I can see the candles burning. I may get fake ones. My biggest fear is that a candle falls over, and that's it. Our house is done, because it's happened. I have heard and seen stories, so it's very, very sad. But this is really pretty. As long as they're really sturdy in here, grab your candle, you melt the bottom, and then you stick it so it dries up and kind of glues against this. That's one way I've seen people put little cotton pads and then sticking them in, and it seems to make them sturdy. Not, probably some fake candles will give you a little ambiance. This lampshade, I got 2 of them on Marketplace. I constantly look at Marketplace. Could not do away without grabbing these because they're just so, look at the, if you already know me, I like the little details on things, and look how clean. This is just a clean bell-shaped with a trim on both sides, and I just thought, how beautiful. I think they are an older pair, so I was thrilled to get this. I got the set. Now I need to find the lamps. More lamps. Let's move on to trays. So this pretty tray is very Valentine's romantic. It's got little flowers on them, little specks of pink. Not really my style. It's actually a Mikasa. It's Walther crystal, made in West Germany. I was like, this is special. You could use this for like a charcuterie. You could display it. Some people like to do plate displays. That would be really pretty, or put it on a coffee table. I would say you can even put a whole bunch of candles on here and just let them drip over, and that would be super romantic. And then it'd give you a lot of low dim lighting wherever you set this. That would be really pretty. So just some ideas. What would you use this for? Does anybody out there have this? Because I thought it was really pretty. Also, please excuse the little stickers. I literally just brought this in and almost didn't even dust them, but I did before I did the video. Next up is this tray. little touches of pink. Look, blush. In China, it's Fairfield. I don't know if you know anything about that. This kind of resembled to me a little bit of a romantic touch, the little light flowers here. You could set this tray up for like if you're doing like a Valentine's, or if you're doing a brunch over at your house, maybe you could use this for little muffins or macaroons, maybe waffles. I like waffles. As a perfume holder, maybe, I don't know. I thought that would be a good idea. I think this is meant for a frame. Doesn't have a frame, so I mean, obviously you can repurpose this. This could be, you know, a jewelry tray next to the bed, or it could be, you know, your soap holder or your sponge holder. I mean, you could just make this anything you'd want it to be, really. Put a candle on it, be like notepads, but it's got some weight to it for sure. Glassware. These two glasses, this set that I found, are one of my favorites in the home. They are crystal. This is a champagne flute. I actually saw a set one time at another store and the girl grabbed them before I could, and I was kind of bummed out because I really had been wanting some special champagne flutes to have at the house. It's just nice to drink out of them. I use my glassware. I shop these things, but I find a moment to use them. So always stop by the glass section. And then on another trip, I found these pretty, I think they're meant for wine. The cut on them, well, I have to really zoom in on this. Look at the cut on them. That is super pretty. I see this a lot up north. You know, some of the Instagram girls that I follow, they just find the really most prettiest glassware out there. And I was just really excited to find this set. Again, don't wait for a special moment. If you're having dinner tonight at the house, pop that bottle open, use it, drink your water in it, orange juice, whatever. But also, how cute for a date night. We're gonna think I'm really silly. Salt and pepper shakers. Wasn't even looking for a set because I already have one. I have a few actually, and I kind of rotate them out, but this just seemed so elegant and just so classic. Like you would see this at maybe at a nice restaurant. Just kind of reminded me of an elegant moment. And I was like, I want to bring that elegant moment to my house. I have found some pretty cool pottery things. This mug, I brought it out because it's got pink and blushies, you know, again, fitting for the Valentine's Day that's coming up. And it seemed really well made. It didn't have any cracks. The handle is my favorite part because some people make them like a small handle, like your fingers holding the mug. Like really, like my finger stresses out just holding my coffee. I'm like, this is gonna fall eventually. Whoever made this, thank you for thinking of a nice handle. Very pretty. And someone made it. Don't know who it was, but I'll be thinking of you. Thank you. I didn't need this, but it needed me. This is actually comes in a set of 4, and I found only 2 of them, but this would be such a pretty gift. Meant for, I think, whiskey old fashioned. I think people use it as a candle as well. Very, very pretty, had some weight to it. It was just so clean too. There weren't any scratches or dings. I had to bring these with me. I may re-gift them, or I might keep them at the house. We have plenty of whiskey glasses. We like bourbon, so we use them like often, but I'm always looking to like replace or re-gift. So maybe I'll like re-gift the ones that I have. That's also a good thing to do. Like if you have something you're not using and it's of good quality, gift it to somebody you think that would really appreciate it. Tell them the story behind it. Like, you know, I bought this when I was whatever, and I thought you would enjoy this, and I wanted to re-gift it. So that's always a nice thing to do. Look at this vase. Immediately stood out at me. Like, I'm not seeing anything like this. It's probably from a Christmas line. It looked vintagey, maybe like 1970s, I would have to guess. Very petite and pretty. You could put this on a white table. This would really stand out. Little details on it. You could use this for water, for juice. You could literally put flowers on here, like maybe some roses from Trader Joe's. They have some really cute ones at Trader Joe's at this time of year. So the flower on this is about to fall off. But dead roses are kind of pretty. I've seen people decorate their house with it, but this one just doesn't seem happy at all. It's really, really cute. It has like that flute look, just like the champagne flutes, but I noticed that this is a lot in Parisian style homes. They have like a little dainty vase with a, you know, like white little flowers like carnations or like a few roses. It's really pretty to look at. So I like to have pretty things in my house. It just makes me excited. It makes me excited about life. It makes me excited to live in my home. Do things that make you excited, people. Put things in your house that make you happy, that bring you a moment of joy, because it travels through the rest of your day and to everything else. Not really topic related, yes and no, but I found this butter dish and it was pretty. I don't have a butter dish like this. I'm actually have been looking for maybe more of like a crystal style. When I turned it over, my friends, look, it's from Anthropologie. If you search them, they're about like $30 to $40, and I got this for under $10. I got it for $5.99. This is a big baby. I wasn't looking for it. I spotted this beautiful jewelry box from a distance immediately. I swear I'm an old soul, because like I will spot even clothes, like in a jumble of clothes, I'll pick it out and it's like a Ralph Lauren or something like vintagey or just of good quality. And I saw this one. I really liked the knobs on it. It was so pretty, but guess also what? Look at the green in the inside. It's velvet. So pretty. Heavy, heavy wood. It opens up at the top. Oh no, my receipt's still here. It has a mirror. The condition was so great. Oh shit. Oh, this opens up. I don't know if you see that. Hello. And then just doing some research with my friends, I didn't notice, but like this side's open up too. Like what the heck? How cool. And it's in such great shape. I'm like, who would get rid of this? Sadly, people pass away or like they just don't want it anymore. Typically, you'll see a lot of things from a passing, and the family just has to get rid of all the things, and then us get to pick it up and then enjoy it. Thrifting cycle of life. This to me speaks Parisian. I can see like the design of the wood, put that on a counter somewhere, maybe on a bookshelf nearby so people can see it. This is something like I wouldn't want to hide in a closet. This is so pretty to look at. And just, again, when you thrift, you have a story to tell. You can tell people like, I found this at a store randomly, you know? I know I thrift a lot. I get excited. It's hard for me to resist. But on a serious note, I think you should celebrate yourself. There's like a little phrase that I came up with, and it says, don't wait for the perfect moment. You are the perfect moment. You should celebrate yourself no matter what. Wear that elegant blouse on a random day. Spray that expensive perfume or cologne on the weekend, even though you're not going to dinner. Wear that vintage watch now. First of all, my camera died. Second of all, unprepared of me. Coincidentally, my sister is coming into town and we're going to a very cute French spot here in Jacksonville. So not even planned. I'm like, let me just take you. This would be so fitting. We just did like a Parisian French style romantic thing. Let's go there. I'm gonna take you. Let's go.